Good evening, good evening, good evening. I know it's been about a week, hasn't it? Hello, everybody. This is JMW19. I know it's been a long time since the last time I was on a live stream. I mean, it was like almost a week ago. So good to see everybody here today. Don't mind me. I'm just having my dinner, as you can see, having pizza. Mm-hmm. Hey, long time no see there, Flexi. So, how's everybody been during this nasty hot weather? I'll tell you right now. Oh boy, I've been sweating like a banshee. It's been that hot. Now, if it was still that hot out right now, I would not kindly be sitting here in my Hulk Hogan belt, my Hulk Hogan shirt, and yes, hope you guys noticed the new hat. Yes, it's the Hulkamania baseball cap. I ordered it for myself. Pretty sweet, eh? Matches my hat. Just a little bit of news. I am getting a Hulkamania red and yellow shirt, and I'm getting a jacket. I just ordered it on the WWE website a couple nights ago. So, can't wait for it to come in. I'll be right back. Seems like the cat's up to something. I'll be right back. Hang on. Eddie, what are you doing? There, cat. Silly cat looking at something. I don't know what she's looking at, but something. But I did miss you guys. I missed my YouTube fans. You know, like I said, it's been a week, but I'm back and things are going really well. Oh, you saw that picture, eh? Oh, be right back. Cat's making a mess. Kitty. Go spill in the water, kitty. Nice. Besides, Kitty's trying to video. By the way, Flexi, the dragon that you saw on Facebook, it wasn't my anniversary. That was Meaty and Kent's anniversary in Second Life. See, in Second Life, they've been partnered in the game for 3 years. So I took them on a nice magical ride last night. And they did enjoy it. They had a good time. Kitty's down beside me. It's right there. Hey, Kitty. Mm-hmm. Now, remember that one video of mine? The other JMW19 corner video when I was eating that rice? I'm going to tell you this right now. When I record these videos where I'm sitting here having my dinner, when I go back to watch these later on, I actually find myself going, oh, I wish I had that food now. Because, see, when you're sitting here for real eating the pizza, you could taste it. But when you watch the video 2 days later, it's like, oh, I so want that. But yes, ladies and gentlemen, so last night was a grand celebration for Meaty and Kent Killerin. I hope I pronounced that name right. It's their names on Second Life. Oh, you're having rice. Yum, that sounds good. Oh, hi, Kitty. See, everybody, Minnie came in the video. Hi, Kitty. Love you. It's actually a nice dinner, eh? Sitting here with the kitty cat. Hmm? Is that the viewers? Yeah. What min? She wants the pizza. Aw. There she is. See? She's laying on my lap. It is. It's a pretty good game. But it depends on the people you hang around with. If you hang around the good group, you meet a nice group of people like, the family that we have on there. If you hang around the bad group, you'll find yourself being, cyberbullied, picked on, and stuff like that. See, that's what happened with me when I first joined it. When I first joined it, I had a pretty bad side of it. But when I came back to it again, I found the good side of it, and I've been sticking to that. Mm-hmm. That's what Second Life is. It's a social media game. Believe it or not, in Second Life, my best friend and I, we have what's called a Zuby cat that looks just like Daisy before she passed away. And we also have this little one in there too. We have Minnie. Yeah, we have you in Second Life, eh? But what I can do though for you there, Flexi, one day, what I'll do is on Discord, I'll do a live stream on our AWSF channel there. And what I'll do is then that way you can see what Second Life is like. It's pretty cool. Manny. Yes. So because Second Life is based in the United States, right? It's based out in the U.S. I know about their one main building. It's in Southern California. So their law is you have to be 19 and older to play the game. However, if you're underage, you would not be allowed to go to Sims that are basically rated A or mature. Say, for example, say you're someone that's 16 years old, right? And you're in Second Life. You would have to go to all the rated G Sims. It would be very, it'd be, yeah. Oh, excuse me. Couldn't talk there. I had hiccups. Oh, excuse me. Yeah, let me rephrase that. So, if you were 16 years old, you'd have to go to all the rated G for everyone for general. G stands for general audiences. M stands for moderate, and then A stands for adult. So if you're not 19 and older, you can't go to any adult Sims. If you're 18 and under, you can go to rated M for mature Sims. You just can't go to adult. Kitty, that's my knee. Look at that, man. This is some good pizza. Man, what are you doing, honey? I don't think she's gonna like me when I have to get up. But yeah, hopefully this heat wave is gonna be gone by next week. Seems to be cooling off a little bit. So we can only hope for the best. Oh, honey. She's licking the crumbs up off the plate. Man, are you a dog? She's licking my plate. What? What? Kisses? Kiss? Man. No? Yes, unfortunately, it's going to be hot for the rest of the week. I don't know. Normally they come into the video chats, eh? Normally they come into the live feed when I'm on, so. But they might be eating their dinner too, so. Minnie. Yeah, they might be having their dinner. You never know. All right, I'll be right back. I'll put my plate in the sink. Be right back. 1, 2, 3. Yep. you believe this? I get up from the chair and the cat takes my spot. Hi. There you go. There we go. There you go. You want to lay down on daddy's lap, don't you? Gotta love children. Oh, I know. She does that every time. Every time I get up from a certain spot, I'll go to sit back down and she'll be looking up at me like this, like this. She'll go. And I'm like, excuse me, it's my spot. She'll go like this. She'll go. Just like that. She'll stare right up at me. Yeah, we're talking about you, honey. Did you know that Minnie is actually a rescue kitty? I rescued her. Yeah. She's been living here now for, as of this coming December. Yeah. So Minnie was a rescue cat. I rescued her almost 4 years ago. As of December 1st of 2020, she's going to be turning 5 years old, and she's been in our home now for 4 years. Want me to go down? Okay. Go right along. No, she was a rescue. Minnie was abused. She lived in a previous owner's home, and I went to the home and I saved her. I told the owners to give her to me, or I would have called the SPCA. And she grew into be a very beautiful cat. Very beautiful. Although, just like most cats, like most animals, I will admit, Minnie can be, I will admit, I'd be lying if I sat here and I said, I'd be lying if I sat here and I said Minnie's the perfect cat. Not really. It's the same thing with, with us as being humans, See, with us as humans, we're not perfect, okay? And I'm going to quote this that my dad, Taz, said to me last night, okay? Nobody in this world is perfect, okay? Not even Jesus. But there was one man that walked this earth, and that was Jehovah, a.k.a., who do we all call him? Known as Yahweh. I am that am, known as God. He's the only man. God's the only thing that's actually walked this earth and can say they're perfect. Because, like the Bible says, when Jesus died on the cross, okay, he took up our sins. All the people that called him blasphemy and all that. He took our sins onto that cross. So that's why I always tell people what Dad Taz taught me, which is, we humans, we're not perfect. I mean, look at me. I mean, I've made mistakes, and I've learned from them. But there are some mistakes that, believe it or not, now, even you, Flexi, and for those of you who are joining this live feed, even long after I recorded it, okay? I have a life lesson for you guys to hear. Okay. And it's about mistakes. You know, we're all human. We all make mistakes. Whether it's a really costly mistake or even a itty bitty little mistake. It doesn't matter. We're all human. And if anybody out there tells you that you're a failure because you made a mistake, you know what? Forget them. Okay? It's how we learn from our mistakes. Like right now, if we didn't make mistakes, there would be no law. There'd be no police officers and that because everybody'd be too perfect. Everybody'd be like, hey, how's it going, mate? Oh, I'm doing good. I like you. Like that. They'd be doing that. They'd be doing a synchronizing thing because they'd be perfect. Like, can you imagine a perfect world where every man looked like me? You know what I mean? That's what people identify as a perfect world. But there is no perfect. Exactly like Flexi just said. Nobody's perfect. But let me tell you something, okay? It's okay to make mistakes. I mean, I could sit here and I could literally try, and I mean the word try for a reason because I've made so many mistakes even when I was like a baby. Believe it or not, people don't believe this. Babies make mistakes too. You know why they make mistakes? Because they don't know any better. They're a baby. They're an infant. You leave a baby unattended, they're going to crawl out into the freaking road. That's a mistake they'd make. But why? Because they don't know any better. But when we do start to know better, that's why when we get older, we're able to actually identify the mistakes we've made. Like, here's an example, okay? Now, I'm not doing this to you viewers. This is just an example, okay? That's like if I accidentally turned around and I went like this. And I didn't realize it, right? Now, you guys are all going to say, oh, Jeremy just stuck the finger up. Right. But see, now, if someone said, hey, you stuck the finger up in the video, that's where I'd say, oops, my bad. And then next time I put my hand up, I'll do a 5 like this. I'll go like this, see a 5. Instead of, you know what I mean? But see, that's where people sometimes, and I will admit, I have helped a lot of people, okay? And I actually wish that self-advocates out there heard this message. And I do actually want to tell you, Flexi, and the second viewer that's viewing this right now, okay? I do give you guys permission to share this with self-advocates, okay? Self-advocates and ladies and gentlemen, all alike. If anybody has told you recently, or even last year, or even years ago, if you have someone in your life that told you that when you made that mistake, you're a complete failure, brush it off. Okay, brush that person right off your shoulder. Get rid of them. It's okay to make mistakes. I made mistakes. My best friend has made mistakes. Our family on Second Life and Real Life family, all families, we've all made mistakes. The question is, here's the question. Are you going to actually learn up to your mistake? Say, for example, right? Say, for example, you have a kitten, okay? Because I don't like talking about human infants when I say the example, okay? So I'm going to talk about animals. Say you got a kitten, okay? When you leave the front door open and your mom or dad slam that door shut and say, do you realize the cat could have got outside? Are you going to sit there and say, I'm sorry and I won't do that again? That's where the question comes in. Are we going to learn from that mistake and say, okay, I left the door open last time. I'm going to make sure it's closed this time. Because that, my friends and ladies and gentlemen, that's where people get mad at us. If you make the same mistake over and over again, that's where it's identified as you're just doing it on purpose now. Okay? But when you make a mistake, here's what I want you to do, okay? In this following statement, I want you to follow these basic steps, okay? When you make a mistake, first, identify it. Listen to the person that's telling you you did the wrong thing. Identify it. The next thing, okay? Tell yourself it's okay. I'm not perfect. The third thing, don't degrade yourself and don't down talk yourself. Okay, that's why I use those two words, degrading and down talking. They're two different words, but don't do that. Okay, that only makes you make mistakes even more. When we make a mistake, we have to sit there and say, it's going to be okay. I'm going to learn from this. And then the fourth thing I want you to do, okay, the fourth thing I want you to do is to apologize to that person you did the mistake to, or say you made a mess up at work, tell your boss, say, hey, I'm sorry, don't let it happen again, and just always keep that in your mind. Now, I'm going to tell you guys an example I used to do at work, okay? Now, this goes out to all the employers out there, okay? I'm sure you have a worker that used to do this, okay? When I used to punch in for work, okay, because I love to talk. I'm a talker, as you guys all see here on my videos. I love to chat. I'm a chatterbox. I literally go, I talk words per minute. But I made a mistake at work the one time. And you know what that mistake was? I kept yapping so much to my coworkers that it was time for me to punch in the work. But as I punched in the work, I had to go to the bathroom. So my boss pulled me aside and said, Jeremy, you've been standing in here since 10:50. You had 10 minutes to go to the bathroom and be ready to punch in. Can you please not do that again? So when the boss told me that, okay, I listened to the mistake I made. I took it in. I identified the mistake I made. The mistake I made was, yeah, I shouldn't be talking a lot. If I have to go to the bathroom, do that, then go talk. So I then identified my mistake. Number two, I owned up to my mistake. I said to my boss, no problem. It won't happen again. I promise. Number three, I told myself, it's okay, Jer. Made a mistake. Just learn from it. It's going to be all right. And then the fourth thing is I said, it's absolutely all right. I will get through this and I'm going to learn from it. So those 4 steps I just said, if you do those 4 steps, when you make a mistake, you'll feel good about yourself because you'll realize that you're able to identify your mistake and you're able to say, I'm going to learn from it. But to the people that do degrade you or down talk you, now, if it's an employer, I will say this because, yes, I have a job and I've been working for 10 years. If it's an employer, just take it, okay? To rebel, that's going to get your job fired, and you don't want that. But when it comes to a friend, okay, I'm saying this for a friend wise, don't listen to them. If a friend is telling you, oh, you're a failure, you made a mistake, screw them. That's not a friend. See, I'm a friend to many. Now, that's why I say many, because it's not just people here in real life in Welland, Ontario, and Thorold and Niagara and vice versa. I have friends on Second Life, IMVU, which is another virtual game I play, and I have people all over the world is what I have. I have people from all over the world that I talk to. And the one beautiful thing that I tell these people is if a friend is calling you a failure, if they're calling you a mess up, that's not a friend. See, a friend is someone like me. A friend is someone who comes to you and says, it's okay. I forgive you. It's all right. A friend is someone who says, it's okay. I made that mistake a couple of times too. We're human. We make mistakes. That's what a friend does. A friend backs you up. But a non-friend, or as I've seen on a YouTube life lesson video, as they call it, the fake friends or toxic friends. A toxic friend they'll just say, oh, yeah, you're a screw up. Yeah, you made a mistake every time. Don't let them get to you. So the moral of this episode of JMW19, okay, the moral of this episode today that I'm proud to say is, again, we learn from our mistakes, and it's the fact that we're called human. Sometimes we're going to get upset. Sometimes we're going to cry. But while you're crying and you're angry or whatever, like whatever emotion you're going through at that point, try to tell yourself here, not the brain, because the brain sometimes can say whatever it wants. Listen to your heart. Your heart will tell you it's okay. We all make mistakes. That's what your heart's going to say. Your heart's going to say, hey, it's okay. You're human. You'll learn from this. It's all right. I mean, look at me. I actually watched, believe it or not, ladies and gentlemen, I've watched a lot of my old videos here on my channel. And I will admit, some of them are funny. Some of them are very sad. Some of them are very heartbreaking, especially watching videos of Daisy, because, you know, seeing how beautiful she is sometimes makes me cry. And it devastates me to know that she's not here anymore. But she's here in mine and my best friend's heart all the time. She's right here. But you know what, one thing I noticed when I watched my 10-year ago videos when I was, like, you know, in my 20s and even in my teens, I had videos on there when I was like just 21. I mean, like 21 years old. I acted way too silly. There were times I watched one of my videos, I'm like, that's me? That's literally what I said. I said, that's me? I said, that silly, overly goofy guy, that's me? And I said, yeah, that's me. But see, that's what I had to learn from. I learned by watching some of my old recording videos that sometimes it's okay to be funny. Like this, for example, you know, like right? Sometimes it's okay to be funny. But then there's other times. Where I have people that do come to me and say, hey, I need some advice or I need help. And if I started going, you know, when someone needs help, they're going to look at me and say, boy, you're too goofy. I'm going to go find someone else who will actually listen to me. And see, right there, that's what I did do. I used to make that mistake a lot. And recently I did that with one of my best friends. See, this week, one of my best friends, she didn't have a good day the one day. And because I made a joke, she didn't think it was funny. Now, yes, we did get into a tiny argument, but what I learned from it, and yes, I do hope my best friend watches this video when I say this. Do you know what I learned? I learned that sometimes we have to listen to our friends too when they do say to stop doing something. When someone does say, can you please stop? It's okay for them to say, can you please stop? Because again, as a best friend and a friend, if we truly care about our friends and our best friends, when they say, can you please stop? We'll do it. And so I want my best friend to know this I want them to know this when I say this, that I will be telling them on my phone. I'll text them up and give them a call, that I am going to call them and tell them that I'm sorry for yesterday when, you know, I made that joke and I thought it was funny. And see, and that right there is the moral right there. The moral is sometimes we have to say we're sorry. Actually, strike that, reverse that. Not sometimes. You should always say sorry for your mistakes. It's not something you should have to think about. Okay? I just heard a voice in my head just say that. I just heard a voice in my head just say, you shouldn't have to think about your mistake. You should already know when you do a mistake to say you're sorry. Because let me tell you, and this part I do hope no children watch this part, because this part is an adult thing, what I'm about to say, okay? And I'm going to quote this from a famous movie from Walt Disney's Hocus Pocus, okay? Learn to treat your friends and your family and loved ones and best friends. Take care of them and love them the way you want them to love you back. Because you never know how you never know how precious something is until you've lost it. And that's what I've had to learn over the years. I had to learn that I've lost a lot of people. Now, when I say lost, I don't mean all of them have died. I've lost people because I mistreated them when I was younger. I lost some people because they didn't like how I changed. But I've also lost people because, yes, and I'd be lying if I said I'd never done this. There are some people that sometimes I push away, and I shouldn't be pushing them away. I should be bringing them into my heart and saying that I love you and I care for you. So I want you guys to keep that quote in your minds for this week coming up. So for this week coming up, from Sunday to next Saturday, I want you guys to think these words, okay? Take care of your friends, family, and loved ones and best friends, because you never know how precious something is until you've lost it. And so, folks, this is JMW19. It's been a great episode. It's been a great get-together. I know we didn't have a lot of people during the live feed. We only had like 2 viewers, 1 viewer, 2 viewers. But hey, what I hope for is that after this video is recorded and it's up on YouTube for everyone to see, I do hope some people do watch this video. And I hope they enjoy the life lesson that I've taught here today. So again, just repeat that life lesson, okay? So the moral is, it's okay to make mistakes. It's okay to learn from your mistakes. But the biggest of all, always apologize for your mistakes. And always, always take care of your loved ones, your families, your friends, your best friends, your siblings, because you never know how precious they are until you've lost them. And so with that being said, folks, this is JMW19. It has now been almost been an hour, but actually it's only been about 45 minutes, but I do got to go to movie night. So as always, I will try to see you in the next video, because depending on how hot it is next weekend. So if it's too hot, I'll see you guys when it's cool again. But as always, I will see you all in the next video. Ta-ta for now, and have a great weekend. Mwah. Bye-bye.